everybody, and thank you for tuning in. We're going to do a live demonstration run of our application, HandyMenNow, just to make sure we can run the program successfully, or the application. We will need a couple of requirements. First, we got to make sure you have the IDE, which is IntelliJ IDEA. You have Python installed and on your path variable. You have the JDK, which is the Java Development Kit for IntelliJ, so we can make sure that IntelliJ actually recognizes the programming language, a browser, and basic computer skills, essentially. So to get IntelliJ, you just have to type in JDK on a Google search, go to Oracle, Java Downloads, and you could download the latest JDK. Okay? For Python, same thing, look up Python 3, download Python. Very straightforward. And same thing with IntelliJ. Slight difference is there are two versions of IntelliJ. Ultimate, which is you have to pay for, we don't need. You can get the community edition. That'll be fine. So you just download and that'll be fine. Okay? So once everything is downloaded, we can now go ahead and get started. First off, we're going to launch the IntelliJ IDEA. I have a Mac, so for me, this is how I navigate to the IntelliJ. Once we get to this little window, you're going to hit open, navigate to where you downloaded the HandyMen project. In my case, it'll be desktop, capstone, Spring Boot, HandyMenNow, and hit open. Okay, so once we get to here, we're going to want to locate this particular file, the build.gradle.kts. This has all the dependencies that we will need for this project. So in order to make sure everything has synced properly, we're going to hit this Gradle button here. It looks like a little elephant. And this little sync button says sync all Gradle projects. Okay, wait for it to load. Okay, once it's done, we can just get out of this window and we can close here. Okay, this will be the actual file which will be running the application. But before we can do that, let's launch the front end server. So how are we going to do that? Once you have Python installed, we have to open terminal, okay, wait for it to load, and we have to navigate. You can't just open the server on any directory in your computer. So you have to navigate actually where the HTML code is, which is in this folder, static. Okay, this is the HTML and where the JavaScript is, basically the front end. So what we're going to do is go on the static folder, copy path, absolute path, okay, go to the terminal, change directory, and paste that directory or path. Okay, make sure you're at the right path. Two ways, it'll either say the directory name there, you just type in ls, which will show the files that are in that directory, and you could compare. Oh, it looks like we're good. Okay, once you're there, in order to actually launch the backend server, which will be on port 5500, we're going to type in this command. Okay, it'll be #python3 python-m http.server 5500. I guess I'm going to copy it and paste. Should be okay, you don't need the Python 3. My apologies, just python-m http.server 5500. Okay, so now once that is running, we can go back to the IntelliJ and you can either hit the little triangle button here, that looks like a play button to run, or you can just hit Control R. Okay. You'll know it's ready to use once you get this line right over here. Started Spring Boot Now application. Okay. So now that everything is running, we're gonna go to our browser and type in http register.html. Okay, this will take us to our applications register page. So I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of the application, which I'm just going to create one user and one contractor. Right, so here you type in the information just like you normally would. No. And let's say this is just a regular user. So, okay, let's make another account for let's say a roofer, for example. Okay, password, we can make up anything. Name Peter Parker. For address, we can put 1234 Oak Street, and phone number could be any generated phone number. Now, since he's a roofer, he is indeed a handyman and roofer. Register. Now, let's log into the users page so that he can create a job. Right, so there's our basic home screen where the user can navigate a couple different to a couple different pages. One of them is just general info about the user. Another one would be my jobs, but since the user hasn't made any jobs, he doesn't have any. Another one is create a new job. Create a new job, let's say leak in the roof needs to be repaired. Okay, roofer. A little typo. And create job. Once it's created, it directs you right back to the home dashboard. You can see now I have a job pending, right? Now the application actually automatically assigns a contractor the job, and that is one of the big fixes that we provided. We didn't want this kind of hassle of people waiting around and whatnot, so we automatically designate a contractor to a job. Now, let's check out how this looks like from the contractor's point of view, right? So similar dashboard, but you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but the buttons changed a little bit. So when you open in the work in progress, you'll see the contractor has actually been assigned a product. What is the job info, the customer, when it was created, the completion date is pending, as you can see. Now the contractor has two options. He can decide to terminate the job if he doesn't want to do it. Maybe he thinks this is not enough for him, or he can, pursue the client and call them, get in contact with them, and set a price for the job. We've noticed that contractors don't like to put their prices online because every job is quite different. So there isn't a static price for just fixing a leak. A leak can be big, small, and different roofs. So we're providing a middleman service for the basic user and a handyman or contractor. So our job is to just get them in contact, and the contractor can then talk with the customer and they can agree on a specified price. Once they've agreed on the job has been taken care of, and the contractor has been able to complete the job, he can now come here and say job completed. Are you sure it's completed? Yes. Okay, now the job will still show up in his history, but now it says job completed. right? Same for the user. My jobs are now, it's no longer pending, it is completed. So this is our brief solution for middleman service to contractors and users. We obviously have future iterations which we would like to update and make the process more efficiently, as well as add more services to the application. And we want to provide an advanced algorithm in which the contractor can be assigned to the user as the app grows and the user count grows. For right now, everything's very local, so it's quite easy to assign a contractor. But when more addresses are added, it'll be more complicated. So we have to come up with a better solution to assign the contractors to the users. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this live demonstration of our application, and thank you very much for tuning in.